Hi there. Hey there, Dave. Welcome, man. You got your Doctor Who movies? Congratulations, dude. Welcome to the Cult of Cinema, and I am Aaron. We are here tonight to talk about movies, of course. And it's the 31 Days of Halloween. So I think I forgot to put the 31 Days moniker on this, so I'll have to put that on afterwards. Uh, anyway, I had planned a particular video tonight. Um, Basically, I was going to be talking about a certain Giallo film by Lamberto Bava. Then I went downstairs to make a snack to get ready to watch my movie. I was all getting ready and snacked up. Hey there, Chris, you're gonna like this video. But I and so I put my rice in the microwave and I went to press the button to take it out afterwards, and my microwave is dead. So I am sans microwave right now. So cooking in the oven for a while. All right, that's not a bad thing. That's eating healthy, right? You put it in the oven, it's automatically healthier. What kind of rice? Well, actually, just the chicken rice that I made myself. Just pretty much made the rice cooker yesterday. I was just gonna heat it up. Uh, by the way, if you have not seen Brian Sauer's video, just to this video, he has unboxed the and did a really good job, but actually, an unboxing of the Friday the 13th box set, which many of you guys have, but I do not, and it's always cool to check it out. Brian does great stuff on his channel, and make sure that you see it. You got your Friday set today? Nice. I'm kind of glad mine didn't come out earlier because, yeah, I need it not to come out till tomorrow because that's when I get paid. So, and I'm gonna have to buy a microwave now. Yes, your laptop comes with Alexa preloaded. Nice. So what I'm doing right now is I'm opening up this here. So what we're doing today is a kind of like a hidden gems list of movies that you may not have in your collection. Me too, Mark. I'm waiting for it too. But I think that are worth having in your collection. So although it says 10 Blu-rays, there's actually 11 Blu-rays, and there's one DVD. That's also on Blu-ray. So there's 12. So you're getting a 10 plus 2 here. Don't say I didn't ever give you anything. I want to thank Craig ahead of time because Craig is actually helping me get the Shivers edition from Vestron Video, which when I get back, we'll work that out. Hey there, Jer. You're doing an all-day Friday 13th binge tomorrow. Ooh, that is so cool. I truly appreciate that, Craig. So, what I'm going to do, some of these are going to be ones that you probably got in your collection. Some of these you may not. But I thought a neat way to do this was to pick things from different companies. One company is pretty, like, has three titles, got pretty well loaded onto this. But I won't go in any particular order. I'm just going to pick out, I just got like 11 titles there, or 12 titles really. And we'll talk about them. By the way, for the movie that I did not get to do because my microwave died, in case you are interested in knowing, tonight was supposed to be A Blade in the Dark by Lamberto Bava, which is famous for a couple things. One, it's by Lamberto Bava, it's a giallo. Two, if you ever saw the kid in House by the Cemetery, and you're really annoyed by the kid from House by the Cemetery, and you said, "Man, I'm frustrated because this kid should be dying really soon." Well, welcome to Blade in the Dark. Evening, Bob. That's the one, Craig. Bob. Yep, they. Bob has a cameo in Lamberto Bava's Blade in the Dark. A cameo in which Bob, the infamously annoying Kenny character of the Italian cinema, gets killed at the beginning of the film. And not gonna lie, not a huge fan of his character in House by the Cemetery, so it's kind of cathartic. Which is a really shame because he's not a bad actor for what he has to do. All right, are you guys ready to start this list? Oh, by the way, uh, it looks like, fingers crossed, I'm going to be going over my to my dad's. So I'm going to be on Saturday night. So I'll get there on Sunday. In the Thieves of the Show. I forgot it was in that. But you're right. Thank you. Uh, So obviously Saturday there will not be a video. Die. Are you dead yet? Die, you son of a bitch. Hello. So, for those that don't know it, I hate insects. It's getting closer to that cold time of year. So what does that mean? That means insects decide that this is the time of year to try to get into my house. So already tonight, I've killed a gigantically big spider. And now I just killed another insect because I hate insects. Where was I before the murder spree started? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go to my dad's. So Saturday there probably isn't gonna be a video. Um, so I do apologize for that. I will try. I'm trying to make a big one tomorrow. Um, I gotta do some packing. Hey there, Amy. Welcome, man. Welcome. um, so more than likely I'll do. I'm either gonna do Giallo or I might do a Mon Macabre one because it was just announced today that Mon Macabre has a big sale coming up in 3 weeks. In which there are three new titles, three new limited edition titles that are going to be on sale during their big Halloween sale. And we know two of the titles, but we do not know the third. Oh, I've seen Mandy. So, with that being said, and 6 minutes in, I guess I should start the list, right? We don't know yet, Jason. That's the thing. We know two of the titles. You want to know the two titles? So, three brand new limited edition titles coming from Mon Macabre. Limited edition Blu-ray. So there is Queens of Evil, Blood Ceremony, and a third title that we will announce just ahead of the sale going live. Oh, you want a hint about the secret title? Okay, here you go. It's an upgrade of a film released on DVD back in the days, which has since gone out of print. So it's not just a Mon Macabre DVD release. We're not just picking. Hey there, Brian. I just mentioned you, by the way, and I just shared out your unboxing video. Thank you, Robert. I'm glad you enjoyed the channel. I have a lot of fun, so you guys are awesome. So basically, what's going to happen is that the sale is going to start 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern, Thursday, October 29th. So 1 hour later, the sale pre-orders are going to go live. The first hour of the sale will be exclusively at MonoM .1 hour later, the sale pre-orders will also go live on the mondo-macabre.com website. I'll probably use the Big Cartel one because I do find that one easier to use. So 3 titles. Get your guesses going now because we got Queens of Evil, we got Blood Ceremony, and we got another title that's not in print. So it's not one of the DVDs that you got now that might still be in print. If you got some out of print Mon Macabre DVDs, those are the ones you look at. Or there's some Mon Macabre DVDs that are out of print that maybe you don't have. For me, what I would like to be is something that most people wouldn't. I like to be something like those, like kind of like those Turkish horror films, like the one they did with the, like the Freddy Krueger type of one. That's what I want to say on Blu-ray. That's me. I'm weird. I'm like that. So for those that didn't know, it's going to go from October 29th to November the 9th. See, but I need to see. No, I can't rent it because I need to own it because that is me. That's why you rarely see me say, you can rent this. Like I'll say you can rent this, but I need to own it. Especially that's those type of films. And one of these days, hey there, Dustin, I will find a physical copy of 3 Dev Adam because that's a quest of mine. If you don't know what 3 Dev Adam is, look it up. Don't go look it up now. Look it up later. So here are some. These aren't all like, hey there, Richard. These aren't all like lesser known, but they're all titles that I think it's worth having in your collection that I think are fun. And we'll go with hey there, Dash. We'll start with one. You got the limited edition 3 Dev Adam. One, it's really you get cool points for knowing, Jason, what 3 Dev Adam is. Two, you get extra cool points for owning 3 Dev Adam because that's pretty awesome. Ready for the first one? And this is by like a smaller company. And this is Don't Go to the Reunion. So this was put out by, I think it's Slasher Studios, right? So Slasher Studios. Now Slasher Studios, I knew initially as a podcast. They talked about like slasher films, and they mentioned on their podcast every once in a while that they they made some shorts, they're going to make some films, and I didn't really like know where to find it or anything like that. Then I had a viewer come on here one day and say, I got a package that I want to send you. Would you look into it? Check these out for me. So he sent me like everything the Slasher Studios have put out. I like all 3 of the titles, but I wanted to pick one in particular to go for this one. And Don't Go to the Reunion is one that I actually do kind of enjoy. Apparently, Craig is looking to trade a Night Beast slipcover. So, if anybody wants to trade for something, I know there's a lot of Vinegar Syndrome fans in here. Hit Craig up for that. And it's neat. I mean, like, there's some features on here as well. There's like 3 short films. This is the first film they put out, I think. So there's 3 short films on here as in HD. Interviews with the cast and crew, interview with the filmmaker, a commentary, a tribute to 80s films, Don't Go to the Reunion video review, never before seen behind the scenes photo gallery, like a teaser, a trailer, TV spot, and one for their next film that they put out, Dismembering Christmas, which I actually do like. So these here were limited edition. So as you can see, these are hand numbered. So this one is 159 of 200. It's a really fun film. I'm actually probably going to revisit this during Halloween. I like the old school style slasher films. That's definitely what these guys are 100% trying to do. As you can see, it is unrated. Ooh. Anybody seen Don't Go to the Reunion? You guys are so quiet tonight. Don't make me talk to me. I'll get hand puppets. What year is this one? This one, Amy, is what year is this one? Good question, you know. I don't know. Apparently, Horror Movie Diary called it one of the best horror movies of the year. But let's find out. Doesn't have a good title. The Don't Go to the Reunion. Which reminds me of like Brian when he was talking about like the Don't Go in the House, which is hilarious, which is on the slasher one. Don't Go to the Reunion came out in 2013. So if you are a slasher fan and you don't have it, it's a fun one. It is low budget. It is definitely like kind of like more indie and indie actors, that type of stuff. Have you seen it? You've seen it, Brian, right? It's it's not exactly a high budget like slasher film. It's exactly what you would find back in the day, back in the 80s and type stuff. Like you'd find these like not like these kind of low micro budget slasher films, like a regional horror. with local actors, and like it was pretty much one of those like, let's get together and make a movie, have the most fun with it that we can. It comes across, and I enjoy it. It's definitely a retro slasher. Speaking of retro slashers that actually were retro slashers, and I think is underrated, is a classic Bloody Birthday. This is from 88 Films, though I think Severin put it out here in North America. But I got this on my much loved trip to London, which you guys know that I talk about all the time because I miss London. So, if you haven't seen Bloody Birthday, it's so cool. You like it, Brian? And what a cast. Okay, so you got Susan Strasberg, downtown Julie Brown's in this one here. And you see a bit of downtown Julie Brown. So Michael Dudikoff from American Ninja, yep, he's in this one as well. And it is cool. I mean, Casey Martell from E.T. is in this one. Joe Penny, you know, Jake the Fat Man. Well, I do anyway. I used to watch him when I was younger. Is in this one here. And it's directed by the guy that directed The Brain. So basically, it's a simple setup in that these kids are all born on the same time, and you know what? They're all bad. They're psycho. They're killer, and they're not very good at hiding it. They really aren't. But it is super entertaining all the way through. I'm not sure what the Severin features are, so if you know Brian, you can let me know if there's anything different. So apparently, there's a UK exclusive audio commentary with Justin Kurzweil, author of The Teenage Wasteland, moderated by Callum Waddle. Original trailer booklet notes by Callum Waddle because there's no booklet. Reversible sleeve, Don't Eat That Cake, interview with actress Lori Lethan. A Brief History of Slasher Movies featurette, 80 Films trailer reel, audio interview with director Ed Hunt, playable over feature, like kind of like a second commentary. 13 Wolfman. By the way, I've been watching and enjoying your videos. Actually, that's not true. I got 3 of them queued up that I need to watch. So, I'm behind. 13 Wolfman is doing the 31 Days of Horror, guys. Just so you know. And he always does the 31 Days of Horror and kills it. Bloody Birthday. I love this cover. I mean, like the other cover is this. And it's cool, and it's a classic cover and stuff like that. And that's nice, and it's iconic. But you got a girl with candles in her, kind of like a cake. So that kind of takes it for me. And it's actually very... Actually, James, that's exactly right. So if you like this film and you have not seen Devil Times 5, which Leif Garrett, I think, is in Devil Times 5, definitely make sure you also check out Devil Times 5 because that is a really cool one. Hey there, Sumo. Devil Times 5 is one I need to get in my collection. I've only got like a really cheap edition of Devil Times 5, one of those like multi-packs. So that's one I need to upgrade. Are you ready for a Massacre video release? One of my only Massacre video releases? Ooh, Jess Franco. I love Jess Franco. Arrow, yeah, I think you're right. I think Arrow does have an additional Bloody Birthday now. I'd have to check, but I think you're correct. You going to the archive this weekend? Yes, Robert, please do, actually. Let them know what I do. Because I talk about the Vincent guys a lot. It's actually my Twitter handle. Fiend by Don Doler. So, a lot of you guys probably got Night Beast, which came out from Vinegar Syndrome. And it's kind of like a classic when it comes to the regional horror, kind of micro budget things. If you really like Night Beast, well, you're going to love this. This is... How do we put this? It is fun. It is fun. He looks like George Eastman in Anthropicus. Well, yeah. He wishes he looked like George. So here you see the back. It's got some super micro, low budgeted effects, and I do mean micro, as in like really a micro-ish. Here's the inside cover, by the way, which actually looks kind of classy. And you know what? It's not. This cover is not a lie. This cover actually is exactly what this cover should be. And so I can't like. I try not to swear myself, so we'll just put this up there. All right. Uh, gotta love Masker Video. So feature-wise, there's some great stuff on here, by the way. So we got a brand new 2K scan from the original 16mm AB roll. There's a brand new audio commentary with actor George Stover and cinematographer Richard Gelwitz, moderated by Cinema Arcania's Bruce Holchek. We got On Fiend, archival interview with actors Don Laferte, Greg Doller, and Kim Doller Pfeiffer. Are there any Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street box set Blu-ray sets coming? Not anytime in the near future. Maybe a Nightmare on Elm Street one, but I'm kind of more iffy on that now. Now that I've seen what New Line did with with what New Line let them do with the Friday set. 8mm shorts to Don Doller, newly transferred in HD. Mr. Clay, by the way, that one's really fun. Pursed, Horrors from the ID, or from the id, sorry, it's from the ID. And To Die or Not to Die. There's a blooper reel, English captions, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there's an extra film on here. I'm a medium. I'm definitely a medium. There was a time when I could take a small. Then I got middle-aged and not anymore. But does anybody remember if this has like a... It does, right? I got a feeling like there's an extra film on here. I would have to look it up. But... Oh, there's nothing wrong. The new Friday 13 box is amazing. The Jason versus Freddy versus Jason and Jason, you know, in the reboot. Like, I think we all knew this was going to happen though. Was that they couldn't use the new discs? They couldn't. There wasn't new transfers for those. So they redid, like, they just, you know, put in the discs from that New Line had already out. So the killer cut for hey there Pinga, and they used like for you know, Jason versus Freddy, used Jason versus Freddy. Now, for like, as when it comes to new transfers, 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have 4K scans, and number 6 has kind of a new remaster, new color correction added to that one as well. And I think there's been something done with number 9, but I haven't got the set yet, so I don't know for sure. That's basically what I know from, like, because I'm a geek for Friday 13th and I read this stuff. So next up, oh no, nothing wrong with the set. It's going to be really good. I think you're going to be really pleased with the set if you got a Pinga. And definitely check out Brian's unboxing of it, because my unboxing of it's not going to be till near the end of the month. But I will try to put my own little spin on it so that you guys will want to watch mine too, because I'll still do it. It's on the way. Yours is on the way? Did you get yours from Amazon? Tell me you didn't, because I'm screwed if mine's on the way from Amazon tonight, because that means I would have to reorder it. Well, I do stream talking about the uncut footage. I will talk about the uncut footage. Actually, friend Brian there from does Just to This YouTube channel and podcast and Pure Cinema actually said there's around 4 minutes of footage. It's the version that actually has him taking Manhattan. Well, he takes Vancouver, which is pretty close. Oh, straight from... Oh, nice. All right. Thank you, Brian. So this one here, if you're new to my channel, it's a movie that I super enjoy. I met the makers of the film. I met the star of the film. I met the director. I met the guy that played the killer. This is, of course, the Orphan Killer. And I actually have somewhere over here the mask. You want to see the Orphan Killer mask again? Who wants to see the Orphan Killer mask? Has anybody not seen it? Okay. It is, in my opinion anyway, the best mask that I own in my collection. So, here we go. So I love this mask. It's my favorite mask. On the inside, it has the tag from the director, Matt Farnsworth, who actually made this mask. I bought the mask at the Montreal Comic Con / HorrorCon, along with the Blu-ray and soundtrack, because it comes with a heavy metal soundtrack as well. So for all you metal heads out there, and I was supposed to get it autographed, but I got sick that night. It was I got it for $50 altogether. Actually, I think I got it for a little bit less than $50 because I spoke with Diane Foster, who is the star of the film. She is super sweet, really nice, incredibly attractive. Like no joke, she's wow. She's like, well, one of the nicest people I met. Can I see her the mask? Yeah, I can. I've worn it a couple times. I like a couple Halloweens. Where I've switched up the costume a bit. I've done my own like Orphan Killer like look. It's really fun if you like really super gory, like hyper violent, like slasher films. Um, Kind of done on a lower budget, but with like with a cool concept, a really neat mask, a lot of gore, like some nice heavy metal music playing all the way through. Then yeah, you're gonna love this film. You There was an edition that came with a really big like making of documentary, which I don't have that I do want to pick up, and I will upgrade it. It's definitely Freudenstein-esque. What year did it come out? Good question. I'm horrible with with those type of questions. Uh, so one thing you should know about about Orphan Killer, see if I can find it here, man, is that it was pretty much the first like horror film that was pretty much like totally socially marketed on like Facebook. So it became the Facebook horror movie, right? That's where a lot of social marketing went. 2011, you're ahead of me. Good going. Thank you for that. But aside from the Orphan Killer one here, it has a soundtrack, and the soundtrack has 14 songs on here. So I'll let you know. So if any of you guys are like really into metal and you know some of these kind of like indie bands, maybe you can tell me if any of these bands are popular. I do not know. Uh, we got First Blood here, doing First Blood, Affiance, Nostra Culpa, Asking Alexandria, Deception of a Ghost, A New Revolution, This or the Apocalypse, Most Precious Blood, A Bullet for a Pretty Boy, Dawn of Ashes, First Blood, Born of Osiris, No Bragging Rights, and OGOD. Favorite mask? Valentine really creeps me out. That's one that's always freaked me out a lot. That cherub just definitely gets me. This is probably my favorite mask I've ever seen in a film. And if I'm correct, there was a sequel made to this film. I don't have it. I'm not sure if it's out yet. If it is, then I desperately need to grab it. But this film had a sequel to it, and it was meant to like make a new slasher hero, is what it was meant to do. Matt Farnsworth is the director of the film. It stars Diane Foster. I think David Bacchus is the guy that plays the orphan killer. I could be wrong though. And John Savage is in the movie. His name is Marcus Miller, by the way. Marcus Miller, the orphan killer. Watch as Marcus murders his way to his ultimate prize, his sister Audrey Miller. For years he's wanted to teach her this violent lesson. Through her torture, he rejoices. In the epic battle to survive, Audrey must endure unimaginable pain. Marcus ultimately finds that he is not the only killer. He's not the only Miller with killer in the bloodline, as Audrey prepares to be a formidable adversary. I did not read that very well. I do apologize. Anyway, Orphan Killer. I do recommend it if you don't have it. They put out a really sexy steelbook, and I'm not joking. Like, I don't buy a lot of steelbooks, but if you buy steelbooks, Orphan Killer steelbook, super sexy. Now, a classic with a great cast, including the great Christopher Lee. Gary Sherman is in this one here. I'm pretty sure Donald Pleasance is as well. Yeah. It's had a couple titles. It was released by Blue Underground with its Ultimate Edition. I'm sure there'll be a 4K coming out of this one down the road. And it is Raw Meat. I actually adore this cover. It's otherwise known as a movie called, otherwise known as Deathline. Laid to Rest had a really cool mask. Chrome Skull. I love Chrome Skull, actually. So this, some people may know this one as Deathline. You know, this is the other. See if I try and show you the artwork. But you see this. This is more impressive to me. So this is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. And all I should honestly have to say is, oh, by the way, this has Christopher Lee and Donald Pleasance on it. Hey there, Jacob. And that should kind of be enough. That, you know, that should be like. But it's a fun little film. There's a bit of, I guess, you know, we'll go with cannibalism. By the way, I was going to make a cannibal video. And I'm still probably going to do it this month, but I'm not a big cannibal like movie person, so that's going to take some a steely me like to sit down and watch cannibal films. Dead and Buried, really good. That's one I need to get, by the way. That's a really fun film. If you haven't seen Dead and Buried, guys, there's an unofficial one that belongs on the list. Got the Friday 13 box set. That is amazing. Oh, yeah, this is a really cool one. Audio commentary with Gary Sherman, Paul Maslansky, assistant director Louis Morrow Farrell. Tales from the Tube, interview with co-writer director Gary Sherman, executive producers Jay Cantor and Alan Ladd Jr. Yep, Alan Ladd Jr. From the Depths, interview with star David Ladd, produced by Paul Maslansky, and producer Paul Maslansky. Mind the Doors, interview with star Hugh Armstrong, Deathline trailer, Raw Meat TV spots, Raw Meat bonus spots, collector's booklet, of course, as you guys saw there, including write-ups from Michael Gingold and Chris Regullo. So, really cool, really fun film. Am I going to tell you a lot about it? Nope, because it's a fun one to check out yourself, and always fun to see them go. There's a Dead and Buried. Dead and Buried is such an iconic poster art to it. But don't think that's the only Blue Underground that I put on this list. No, I didn't put any of the 4K stuff on here because, you know, you're going to get that anyway. Oh, David Cormack's Mask and Nightbreed. Amazing mask. But you kind of gave away something there, but I guess Nightbreed's been out for long enough now that people probably should have seen the movie and know the David Cronenberg twist. You like snake movies? That's okay, dude. I was joking. Come on, if you haven't seen it by now. And look at the cast in this movie. You got Sterling Hayden. You got Susan George. You got Nicole Williamson. You got Shirley Knight. You got Oliver Reed. Beautiful cover too, by the way. And it is a snake movie, but it's also like a kind of a home invasion, like a attack movie as well. Really well done. Enjoyed the hell out of this film. And of course, that's again another fantastic booklet on here. Feature-wise, there's audio commentary with director Piers Haggard, theatrical trailer, teaser trailer, TV spots, poster, and still gallery, and a booklet by Fangoria editor Michael Gingold. Oh, the cover definitely sells it. But it is such a good film, and look at that cover for Venom right there. The poster art. Did I forget to mention Klaus Kinski's name? I did, didn't I? Oh, yes. There's also a little actor by the name of Klaus Kinski in the movie. Klaus Kinski is amazing in everything he does. He was a hard person to work with, but man, was it usually worth it when you got Kinski on film, because he just was a maestro in front of the camera. He truly was. A bit insane, but part of his charm. We'll go with that. So you guys liking these so far? Have I been like delivering when it comes to like giving you different stuff for a list? Mm-hmm. I'm going to hope that's a yes. Okay, good. So I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to give you a documentary to go on your horror list. Hey, Chemical, welcome, man. Birth of the Living Dead. So this is a really good documentary on Night of the Living Dead. But not just talking about the film itself, but talking about the social political aspects of the film. And by the way, this is one killer cover. Look at this cover. This is one sexy cover. So initially this here, in its Blu-ray form, was exclusive to Zavvi. I don't think it is anymore. But I think it had like a timed exclusive with Zavvi. And there's only like a DVD edition that used to come out as like basically elsewhere. So this is put up by Matchbox Films. Then Brian, I think you're gonna like this. Hey there, Jason. Welcome, man. So here's the description of the film. Are you ready? In 1968, a young college dropout named George A. Romero gathered an unlikely team from Pittsburgh police, iron workers, housewives, and even a roller rink owner to create a low-budget horror film that would revolutionize the industry and spawn a new flesh-eating monster that endures to this day. That film was Night of the Living Dead. Birth of the Living Dead is the story of how Romero managed to pull off the greatest guerrilla shoot of all time. The film includes exclusive new interviews with the godfather of zombie films himself, as well as brand new animations created by Gary Pullen. Put together with 60s archival footage, this film shows just how politically charged Night was, set against the backdrop of race riots in Vietnam. The film challenged the establishment and had enormous fun doing it. With a range of candid interviews and a fascinating insight, Birth of the Living Dead is an absolute must-have for any horror fan. Prepare to enter the original zombie universe. And remember, they're coming to get you, Barbara. There you go. Birth of the Living Dead, an excellent and like documentary. Oh yeah, I've seen the previous report too, actually. That I think is really worth checking out, and love this artwork. It is. You get so many documentaries now, JR, that is like standalone releases, and they're still like, you're lucky enough that you're seeing so many like feature length documentaries being put on like as bonus features and that too. So we get the best of both worlds. Ready for a Grindhouse releasing? So I gave you a Christopher Lee one with Raw Meat, aka Deathline. So it's only fair that you also get a pretty cool Night Riders. I love Night Riders. It's an excellent film. You get it, and it is underrated. People like bypass it all the time. That'll give you a Peter Cushing one as well. A nastier Peter Cushing one. A darker Peter Cushing. Anybody can anybody guess what it is? I can't do the rock eyebrow thing, so I can just do the normal. Okay, it is Corruption. Now, Cushing is a pretty nasty dude in this one here. This isn't is like normal. Hey, I'm kind of charming. No, he's a bad guy. And in this one, by the way, note for you: this is one of the artworks. There is a reversible artwork on this film, the unrated artwork. So where she is wearing a an outfit here, she is not wearing an outfit on the artwork that's on the other side uh, of the sleeve that I can't show you. So, the legendary Peter Cushing stars as a surgeon driven to murder and madness as he attempts to restore the beauty of his hideously disfigured fashion model wife. The special edition contains shocking scenes of gore and nudity, previously deemed too strong for American audiences. Feature-wise, we got a new 2K digital restoration of the original uncensored version of the film, alternate scenes of bloody violence and nudity never before seen in America, historic documents from the original production including the director's personal shooting script, interviews with stars Billy Murray, Jan Waters, Wendy Varnals, and Peter Cushing, audio commentary by English Gothic author Jonathan Rigby and Peter Cushing biographer David Miller, linear notes by acclaimed UK horror journalist Alan Bryce, extensive galleries of stills and poster art, trailers, TV spots, and radio spots, and gotta love this, and you gotta get it to find out other surprises. I can now show you the inside of it because there is nudity, but I can't show you like the booklet. Is it a booklet or a poster? I think it's a poster, right? Booklet and poster. Okay, so I can't show you the poster. What are my thoughts on the Reptile? Amy, the Reptile is one of my favorite Hammer films, actually. So underrated. It was a one-off. Great, like especially for its time. Great monster makeup, in the Reptile. I want to do like a Hammer video, like eventually here. I want to do like a big over and comes. Maybe do like a week or something like a I'll do a Hammer week one of these days, and I'll talk about some of my favorite Hammer films I don't get talked about a lot. Plague the Zombies, the Reptile, films like that. Also, great write-up on here. This is a fun one. It's fun. Like, knowing like that Peter Cushing is going to be kind of like, this is much like, Eyes to the Face. It's going to be a very darker character. 2 Hammer box sets coming. The new one and one of the older ones. Oh, nice. As you guys know, I love Hammer. Nathan Jones recently got the first box set. I think like Vanessa did too. The out of print one. That Indicator put out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I did ask Mill Creek about the Hammer set. So if I do manage to get the Mill Creek Hammer set, I will definitely be reviewing that on here. So hopefully look forward to that. Beyond the Grave is so fun. I literally have it right over there in a box set, and like I think it's where's it at? From Beyond the Grave, Twisted Terror Collection. They put out like a big box set, and then they like weeded it down into like only 4 of the movies rather than 5 in a slimline collection. Here's one that I watch a lot. It's a regional horror film. It's silly. It's gory. There's like actually 3 films on here. It's from Grindhouse Releasing, and I'm sure most everybody has this one, but I thought it was just fun to put on there anyway to kind of pair up 2 Grindhouse Releasing ones. And that is I Drink Your Blood, which has the first appearance of Lynn Laurie on film. So if you're a Lynn Laurie fan like I am, and movies like Shivers are it's one of your favorites, then you're going to want to see her in this. She plays like a mute character in this, but she steals the screen when she's on it. It's a pretty cool little film. Look at that there. I drink your blood. Read Craig's comment. That's something, by the way, you guys can do on here. Like, aside from, like, if you got a podcast coming up or a video or anything like that that you want to talk about, you want to kind of pimp in here, never feel afraid to do that. That's something that I encourage. If you've got some movies that, like, movies or slipcovers or something, you want to trade with people, that type of thing. This does work almost like a virtual movie club. So you guys, work within each other for stuff like that. That you can always mention that as well. Um, we will, get all kinds of cool stuff going on here. All right. So it's Night of the Living Dead meets Charles Manson. Reviewing a bunch of Asian horror movies this month. See, amazing stuff. And if anybody's going to review the Asian horror stuff, AME's going to do it. Because it is an Asian movie. What do you think the Universal horror? I don't have any of them. No, I have been listening to the Just of This podcast, and I so want them. The very first episode of the To Watch pile that I was lucky enough to be on. Thank you, by the way, Brian. The Brian talked about the first two box sets that Scream Factory put out, those Universal horror sets, and I really, really want to own all those before they go to print because they are really cool. You're doing a double feature with Reptile and Plague Zombie. That is a great double feature. They fit together. These, I think they actually did. Were they double featured originally? If they weren't, they should have been. The nightmare scene in Plague of the Zombies is amazing. All right. After consuming rabies-infected meat pies, an LSD-addicted hippie cult goes on a vicious murder rampage. Heavily censored since its original release, the infamous landmark of cinematic brutality is presented in its blood-splattering glory. Okay, so aside from like having that really cool film with an unrated, uncensored director's cut, 4 deleted scenes, including the original blood-drenching ending, deemed too disturbing for 70s audiences. Provocative audio commentary from director David Durston and star Bashkar. New audio commentary with actors Jack Damon and Tidy Kearney. A brand new in-depth interview with the director. Revealing on-camera interviews with stars Lynn Lowry, Tidy Kearney, and Jack Damon. Rich with theatrical trailer, radio spots, extensive still gallery. Rare and shocking film of Bashkar performing the evil King Cobra dance. 2 bonus co-features. Yep, 2 extra films. You get, not only do you get I Drink Your Blood, but you got the film that was put as a double feature on it. Like Amy just mentioned double features. So when you went to the drive-in theater and you went to see I Drink Your Blood, you also saw with it I Eat Your Skin. Hey Warlock, have a great evening there. Come back and check out what the other movies are later on. I recommend it. But have an awesome evening, dude. So you got I Drink Your Blood and I Eat Your Skin. You also got a third film on here, which is called The Blue Sextet, which was done in 1964 and is David Durston's long-lost X-rated psychedelic shocker, presented for the very first time on home video. And as always with Grindhouse releasing, plus other surprises, which you gotta get a Grindhouse releasing one and to see that. Session 9 I really like. Now Session 9 is not a fast moving film, but I personally, let me guys know what you thought of it. But it stars David Caruso from, of course, I guess CSI Miami. Still a lot of people know him from, or yeah, probably CSI Miami. But I thought it was creepy, a little unnerving. But some people are kind of different on it. But I actually did. It creeped me out. But you may think I'm easily creeped out. Probably not after this. And look at that. There's one more Grindhouse releasing. One that everybody needs. One that everybody's got. But I put it in here, so why not? pieces. I know what you're thinking. Not underrated. A lot of people know it now. Because it hits those sweet spots. You're like, I kind of want a gory slasher film. I also want a giallo. I want a movie that has Bluto from Popeye, from Robert Altman's Popeye in it, as a suspicious character. I also want a kung fu scene to randomly come out of nowhere that kind of makes no sense. And an ending that is insane. Well, don't worry, you get all of that along with many of the cast from the classic Pod People. Yep, Pod People. The Swimmer is an amazing film. I do have that one here, but it didn't fit the criteria of like horror stuff. So this is a 3 disc deluxe edition, 2 Blu-rays and 1 CD, 2 complete versions of the shocking gore classic. Pieces 83 minutes to the original unrated U.S. theatrical cut, presented in English. I'll do my best here. Mil Gritos Tien la Noche. I totally butchered that. 86 minutes. The original uncensored director's cut. Presented in Spanish with the original score by Librido Pastor. Spectacular new 4K transfer. Scanned from the OCN. Brand new audio commentary with star Jack Taylor. 5-for-1 audio option. The Vine Theater Experience. In-depth interviews with Juan Picar Simone, who I utterly adore. Check out Slugs also, by the way. And genre superstar Paul L. Smith. It has a complete full-length documentary on here called 42nd Street Memories, which I actually may bring upstairs and watch. I forgot that was on here. With interviews with people like Sam Sherman, Bill Lustig, Larry Cohen, Frank Henenlotter, Buddy Giovanezzi, Jeff Lieberman, John Skip, Lynn Laurie, Terry Levine, and many other exploitation icons. Extensive gallery of stills, poster art, extensive filmographies, linear notes by legendary horror journalist Chaz Bellin, which many of us remember from, of course, Gore Zone magazine, and Rick Sullivan, and a bonus CD soundtrack, newly remastered from the original studio tapes, and of course, other surprises. And you are right, Slugs definitely does rule. Hey there, Dungeon, welcome, man. Slugs rules big time. Unlike a lot of the other CD soundtracks, this one was put in a way that was kind of iffy on, but I'm glad to have the soundtrack anyway. So it's like 16. I think it's 16, right? Yeah, like there's 16 like tracks. I guess show the inside. Here's an alternate artwork. Now somebody mentioned Puzzlegate. Now what they mean is that like this initially came with a puzzle of the much like as you can see right there, part of the puzzle. My edition didn't come with the puzzle because I didn't buy mine. Hey, Richard. I didn't buy mine from You Have Arrived. Thank you, Dustin, so much. Wow. Thank you. It's a messy cover. It is a bit of a... The cover is a bit of a hodgepodge right there. Dustin definitely does rock. And I truly appreciate that. Thank you. I get taken aback by that, but thank you so much. Definitely want to check out also Slugs. If you haven't seen Slugs, Dustin, watch Slugs too. It's actually based on a there's a novel that was called Slugs, and I only have Slugs here as where's that? Remember those Midnight Madness ones that came out? They came out on DVD and Blu-ray too, I think, but they were like featureless, but they had like kind of cool like movies like the like if you wanted at the time it was the only way to get the what's the name of the film with Wes Craven with the knife. Hills Have Eyes. So Hills Have Eyes 2 was the only way to get Hills Have Eyes 2 and Slugs. And of course, I did not get my Friday 13th set yet. It is coming next week. So because I got mine from from Amazon. So that was basically that'll be like yeah, on the 13th. So between the 15th and 19th, they say. Now I won't be here when it comes because I'm going into town on Saturday. But good news is hopefully I should be able to do a bunch of videos with my dad. So you're going to see me, and I'm going to have a co-host for some of my videos. I'll try to get him in as many as possible, and we'll be doing some videos there. So you want to hear about Jess Franco, you want to hear about Hammer versus Amicus, that type of stuff, and probably some other things as well. Then, and if you like seeing my dad in videos last year, then it's time again. It's that time of the year where my dad is going to come and show up in videos. I'm going to show you Slugs. So this is actually a really fun movie, and it's not overly kind of like, you know, guys that don't like insects and stuff. But this is not an overly grotesque type one. Was that really? See, I'm excited. That's what I'm excited about. That's it's like to see Friday the 13th in 3D. I got a place. See, I got my 3D TV upstairs, but I got the PSVR on my TV downstairs, so I can actually watch it like with the headset on. So I'm looking at doing that. Hey there, George. You finally got your indicator stuff done, right? Who knows what's next? I actually kind of want to watch Slugs again. Now, there's another John Picard Simone movie that I definitely recommend, and it's called The Rift. I'm pretty sure he did The Rift as well. And of course, Pod People. Everybody knows Pod People because Mystery Science Theater. Yes, definitely. Please hit the like button. That's how you're able to find my videos on here when I you know. But there's a bonus one right here, Slugs, which I definitely recommend you guys check out. It's a lot of fun. I think, did Arrow put this out? No, I kind of feel like they did, but I'm not quite sure. Anybody know if this was put out by Arrow? Like, as far as I know, this Midnight Madness series was the only edition I was able to find. Arrow Blu-ray, thank you, Jason. It is Arrow. But I eventually got to like upgrade it. All right. I got an MVD Rewind one to show you guys. And I normally show like Abominable, like that's usually kind of my go-to. I normally forget this one. And it's a shame because it's actually a really fun one. And that is Shadow Builder. So this was one of those that back in the day had kind of the gimmicky cover. Haven't gotten notifications lately? The man's working against me, JR. Hopefully, like, I try to put them on, like, I try to put a thing on oh God, my mod, on Twitter when I can, and sometimes on Instagram as well. So I got to start upping my social media game and putting them on both so that people will know ahead of time. Yeah, you watched them both last week, Mark? Such cool releases. Now, if you haven't seen this one, it is a fun one. It's like Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder. It is a great little one here. Good cast too. Michael Rooker's in this one here. Leslie Hope is in it. The great Tony Todd is in this one here. Thank you, JR. I truly appreciate that. Because sometimes when you're a smaller channel, it's harder to kind of get your foothold, and for people to like to know that you're on. Now this one has some great stuff on here, by the way. We have a great new high definition transfer of the film, original 2.0 stereo audio, which I do adore. Attack Cure Tim. You know, I never mentioned that one. I should bring that one over. Audio commentary from director Jamie Dixon. Making of the Shadow Builder. Shadow Builder's featurette's 32 minutes long. Then there's like another featurette based talking about the special visual effects of Shadow Builder. Shadow Builder Kevin Ziegler's featurette, reversible artwork, Spanish subtitles, and of course the collectible poster. So this is the reversible artwork, which I actually really like. It looks fancy. And like all of the MVD Rewind releases, you get the cool mini poster. Definitely one worth checking out, Brian. I do think it's a fun little film. One thing that I do like, yes, I actually do like the Trailer Park Boys. Obviously, you know that I live in Nova Scotia, so I love their Christmas special. It's one of my favorite Christmas specials of all time. So, for those that don't know, there's a show that comes on, a Canadian show. It was pretty popular actually, called the Trailer Park Boys. It still comes on. One of the lead cast members passed away a while back, and what they did for the season, uh, when they were kind of like transitioning, was that they had them all like kind of like hopped up on shrooms, so the entire season was unanimated. Uh, and they got to like go back to like to their youth and like flashback. It was really cool. It was really well done. But the Trailer Park Boys Christmas special is one of those Christmas specials that you kind of got to see to believe. And for those that haven't seen it, basically it's this guy named Ricky who's just gotten out of jail, and he likes jail. So especially around like Christmas time, because they got good dope at during at Christmas time for in prison. But he's for this is his first year out of jail during Christmas because there was too many people in there. Oh, Mr. Leahy, the guy that played Mr. Leahy, the kind of the ex cop park park superintendent, unfortunately passed away. Um, but he gets out, and his girlfriend, the one that like, basically that has his daughter. It says John Dunsworth. Thank you. I did not remember his real name. It says to him, yes, we'll get back together, Ricky, but you got to get me a list of these gifts. And he's like, fantastic. This is gonna be super easy. Like, because you'll just wait and let Jesus get on. So because Santa and all that, because he thought it was real. Hey, hey there, Jamie. Uh, so his dad then has to tell him, you know what? No, I used to get that stuff for you. It's not Santa or Jesus or anything like that. You got to go get the stuff, Ricky. So Ricky's got to find a way to get it, and that usually means illegal ways, which in this one he works with Julian and Bubbles, and which are the other main cast members. And they decide that the best way to really get the Christmas spirit and to really kind of be enterprising is to go to a mall and wait till people go and put and they're shopping for gifts, and they go put their gifts in the trunk of the car, and then they go back in the shop for more stuff because their hands are full, and then they jimmy the trunk open and they take the gifts. Uh, it's really fun, and it's really funny, and it's way better than I'm making it sound. But definitely check it out. Bit of Christmas in the middle of October, right? So there you go, Shadow Builder, excellent release that I definitely recommend you check out. And I wanted to put a DVD in here that my better half, Alan, is a huge fan of Mrs. Brown's Boys. I haven't seen much of it myself. That is kind of a slasher, kind of an erotic thriller, uh, in an odd way, kind of a giallo, with a surprisingly good cast overall, with a lead that's kind of stiff, but I still really enjoyed this film. And it's called They're Playing with Fire. I don't know if I have seen The Red House, actually. I'd have to look into it, because it doesn't like ring any bells right like offhand. So this is the beautiful Sybil Danning at the peak of her career, with Eric Brown, and also in this, for all you genre fans, is Andrew Prine, of course, who is amazing in everything that he's in. We got Paul Clemens here from The Beast Within, so Amy Moore from Green Acres, um, and therefore there is the lovely Sybil Danning, and of course there's Andrew Prine above. Hey, Peter, welcome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome tonight. Yeah, I need to upgrade to the Blu-ray of that one. I love the legs. Sylvia Danning was like a definitely like a famous like actress back in the day. She's still around, by the way. Um, I think she's kind of semi in retirement. Although she was in like Rob Zombie's Halloween. She played the nurse in that one. She gets awesome. She's the nurse in Rob Zombie's Halloween. You trust me, you'll notice her, and she's still actually a beautiful woman today. She does a really cool job in pretty much everything that she's in. She always stands out. She of course is was in Howling 2, in the infamous Howling 2 scene that got showed over like 19 times it seems like at the end of the film. Uh, she did like of course that when they're playing with fire, which is kind of a mystery giallo. There's a killer in their playing with fire. It's not just like one of those that looks like it looks on the cover like it's going to be like a kind of like a sexploitation thing or maybe a Porky's type of thing. And there is kind of like the the teacher kind of seducing the student aspect to it as well. But there is like there's a pretty cool kill actually in there playing with fire, and there's a pretty cool killer in there. So that's also one to look out for if you haven't seen it. It's a really fun release. So there you go. I got to put a couple extras in there. So I did say this was going to be 10 releases, but we ended up with a few more than 10. We also talked about if you did not weren't here at the beginning of this video, Mono Macabre is having a sale in about 3 weeks, and during that sale time period, it's going on from October the 29th to November the 9th. They will be releasing and three brand new limited editions. Two, we know the titles of. One, it is still a mystery to us. But we do know one thing, that it is a title that once that they put out a long time ago, that is now out of print, that is getting a Blu-ray upgrade, and when Mono upgrades, they really upgrade. So I'm truly looking forward to that release. We will be definitely doing a video before the sale where I will go through all my Mondo titles. I will give you some suggestions. We'll talk about the titles. We'll do like a maybe put some more hints. We'll try to guess what the title is before it's announced. And of course, as always in November, we'll be doing the videos on the Black Friday sales. Some pictures of the arrow slugs. Let me check it out. George sends pictures of the arrow slugs. Georgia, by the way, sends pictures not too long ago, which helped me out. Oh, yeah, I love this cover. So there's a cover to Arrow's edition of Slugs. The Inheritor's Lizard in One Skin, Who Can Kill a Child. Really good releases. There's the inside, which I've never seen, which I do adore. The alternate artwork, which is the one that's on my DVD case. And feature-wise, it has on this one auto commentary with Shane Hudson, the author of the book Slugs. Interesting for that one. Auto commentary with Chris Alexander. Here's Slugs in Your Eye with actor Emilio Linder. The slime, the ooze, the kill, the effects of slugs. Interview with the special effects artist. Invasion USA. Interview with art director. The Lions Den interview and location tour with production designer Larry Ann Evans. Trailer of versatile artwork. So definitely, I'll be definitely checking that out. I will have to buy this one on the road. So there you go, Slugs. Thank you, George. I actually like Don't Deliver Us For Me. But don't did you know, Jason, that Don't Deliver Us For Me was the very first Mon Macabre movie that I ever bought, and it was totally by accident. I went to this place to buy some DVDs, and amongst the DVDs that they had there, this was like one of those Kijiji type things. They had a lot of like mainstream stuff. They had Tour of Duty, the complete series. I definitely picked that up right away. And they had Don't Deliver Us From Evil by Mon Macabre. I personally really love the film. Uh, I think that's the one that was like banned for heresy like back in the day, which it really shouldn't have been. It wasn't that bad. But it's a fun film. A lot of Mon Macabre releases are actually really cool. I would recommend like if you're a fan of the Giallo and you want to like get just something a little bit different. There's some Greek films that they did. Like the Wife Killer, and there's another one which is name that's eluding me right now. That they put out on DVD. It's kind of their Greek collection, like the first two, and they're pretty much they're very Giallo-esque, and the only difference is like in Greek films you do like around that time period anyway. Like the killer had to suffer, like the bad guy had to suffer, but they're very weird and twisted, and the good guy in some of them really doesn't seem. Dangerous Cargo is one I desperately need, Jason. Dangerous Cargo, by the way, has Deborah Shelton, and you guys know I talk a lot. I'm a big Dallas fan. I talk a lot, and of course, I'm a big fan of the movie Body Double, both which cross over with Deborah Shelton, who, as I mentioned many times before, has the most gorgeous eyes in cinema. Uh, Look it up. She has these amazing blue eyes, and it is gorgeous. Deborah Shelton is gorgeous. Larry Hagman, you're a lucky man there, and you let her go. Mandy Winger. How could you do that to Mandy Winger? For those that have ever watched Dallas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Deborah Shelton played a character by the name of Mandy Winger. Ex-wife Haim Zaban, yeah. Also, no, I forgot that she was a nemesis. No, I got nemesis here, but I forgot to. I haven't watched it since I got it. I got nemesis, and I got nemesis 2, 3, and 4 because they were put out. They live, but I definitely am going to be checking them out. Anyway, since this is like, I totally forgot the Thomas Jameson as well too. Since I'm going to be like going in a couple days and I want to spend some time with my better half, uh, we'll be doing a video here tomorrow. Don't worry. But for right now, at 71 minutes and 30 seconds, you know, as a good like regional horror film length for a video. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Dustin. I truly appreciate it. You have no idea. It kind of like uh, put me back, and thank you. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys are the Call of Cinema. To my Patreon subscribers, the Crimson Call, thank you so much. To Justin, it's amazing. Thank you. All you guys are super awesome. Too close for comfort. The brunette or the blonde. And I will see you guys here again really soon. Tomorrow, I think we're going to do Giallo, but I'm not quite sure because there's a couple movies that I need to watch ahead of time. So we'll see. But expect them on Macabre one in the upcoming future before the sale happens. I'm Aaron. You guys have a fantastic night there. And I wish you would have too, but don't worry. You can always go back and watch from the beginning because there's some really cool stuff. But for those that can't or they got stuff to do, really quickly what I'll do is I will mention the titles that I mentioned on here. So we have Slugs, the Jean Picard Simone film. Have a great there. They're Playing with Fire. Shadow Builders from MVD Rewind. Pieces, also from Jean Picard Simone. Hey pal. I Drink Your Blood. Peter Cushing in Corruption. The excellent documentary Birth of the Living Dead. Have a great one there, guys. Venom. Raw Meat. Orphan Killer. Definitely go back and watch me put on that mask. Hey Kubrick, I'm just going out right now, but I'll talk to you soon, man. Don Dohler's Fiend from Massacre Video. Definitely recommend it. Bloody Birthday. And the micro-budgeted Don't Go to the Reunion. Have a great night, guys, and I will see you here really soon.